Good afternoon. All right, beginning band, I'm going to ask you to sit on the front of your chair, show appropriate posture. Please lay your horns across your lap, mouthpieces facing to your left. And I'd like you to make a really big smile, no silly faces, no silly hands. This is your chance, take a picture of them. All right, smile really, really nice. I'm going to have my percussionists who are behind the curtain kind of take a few steps to your left. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Hurry up, cheese. Smile big, cheese. Take a picture, Mom. Cheese. Don't worry, if you have swimming in the advancing levels band, we'll do the same thing in a hot moment. All right, students, please sit back. Good afternoon. Hopefully you got your photo op here real quick. I'd like to welcome you all to a wonderful day of music making. My name is Kim Bruyer. I am elementary band director here in Mitchell. This is our second annual Mitchell Area Young Band Festival. This started a few years ago in the minds of Mrs. Krell and myself. We thought we really need a cool opportunity for our elementary band students to get together with kids from all around the area and make music together. March is National Music in Our Schools Month. We do celebrate that here in South Dakota as well. We do have an official proclamation from the governor that does state Music in Our Schools Month is the month of March. And so what a better way than to celebrate by making music together all day. So our first group is the beginning band group. These students have just been in band this year. This is their first year playing. They have been here working together since about 9:30 this morning, and they have a number of selections to play for you today. I'd like to just take a quick moment to give an extremely profound thank you to Schmidt Music, because without them, this wouldn't be happening. This is all thanks to them. So please help me with giving them a round of applause. And I know that Schmidt Music does come to many of the towns that are participating today. They are a great resource for instrument supplies and maintenance on your students' instruments as well. And I thank them again deeply for helping make this happen. So bringing in some great clinicians for our students and by helping make this all happen. So take a quick moment. If you're a director here in the auditorium with students up on stage, would you please stand and be recognized for the time and effort you put into helping these children for today? And there's some backstage, and there's some out in the hall. And a lot of times those hours are before school and after school, and they're giving of themselves for that. So thank you, directors, for your time and effort into this as well. So please take time to read in our program. Both of these gentlemen directing today are what I would call people that I look up to. I told the students this morning, they're legends in the South Dakota band world, and so it's really cool that they got to spend the day learning from them. I spent the day learning from them and listening to the amazing things that they have to say, and it's just been an incredible honor. Please help me in welcoming to the beginning band, Mr. Gary Peterson. Thank you. Absolutely. Everybody stand up.
Good afternoon. I just about said good evening. Good afternoon. I'm glad to be here. Let me just talk you through the first couple of numbers. Well, the first one. We're going to open off with Rockosaurus Rex. All I ask you is to imagine a T-Rex dinosaur rocking out on this one. We'll establish a good rock beat in the percussion, bring in the lower instruments, and then everybody. There are little sections you will hear our upper woodwinds featured. First the flutes, then the clarinets, then the saxophones, then all the upper woodwinds. They get featured just briefly on this piece called Rockosaurus Rex. This has been such a great bunch to work with. They have been so attentive all day long. Congratulations. Great job, guys, for that. Now, admittedly, these kids, a lot of them come from bands of 5, 10, 20. Finding the beat took us a while today. And so we've made loads and loads of progress with feeling and staying together on that beat through today. The second piece I'm going to conduct is called Mouthpiece Swing. And it's something I wrote several years ago because as a beginning teacher of beginners, I spend a lot of time with just the mouthpiece, just the head joint on the flute, just the brass mouthpiece, just the woodwind mouthpiece, because one, I can tell lots about the tone quality just from that. I can tell a lot about articulation. I can tell a lot about intonation. And they can work on all that without worrying about holding it and fingerings and all that kind of stuff. Then eventually, my students would learn 5 notes and we'd be able to play some songs. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if there was a song that used just 5 notes, but also included the mouthpiece sounds, because we've been working on that so much. High brass, trumpets and French horns. Could you play just your mouthpiece sound for me? Ready, go. Isn't that great? That warms a band director's heart. All right, flutes, would you play your head joint? Ready, go. Ah, beautiful. Clarinets, mouthpiece and the barrel section. Ready, go. I was able to start so many clarinet players because once I taught them that, I said, you can drive your family crazy. All right, good job. Low brass, mouthpiece only, ready, go. Yes. And finally, saxophones and bass clarinet with the mouthpiece and the neck. Ready, go. Oh, listen to all those wonderful songs in this piece called Mouthpiece Swing. Thank you, band. You may be seated. The next piece we're going to do is Basses Are Aces. Myself, I'm a tuba player, and I just know how few times we get to have the melody. This piece I wanted to program in particular to let our trombones, baritone, bass clarinet, and tuba have a little chance to play out the melody. So, after a short introduction, you'll hear them on their melody, dun, 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 and then we bring in all other kinds of instruments. And then, The fun thing about playing low instruments is playing the lowest notes. So there are twice in this song, the band turns and asks, how low can you go? They play down to their lowest note, and we go on from there. So that's the theme to Basses Are Aces. Thank you. The next piece will be Popcorn Prelude. Hopefully most of you have looked inside of a kettle and tried to anticipate what corn is going to pop up next. Now in microwave popcorn, you can't really do that. But in the old fashioned, you could try and guess which kernel was going to pop next. And you try and guess what section is going to pop up and play their little melody. This is our ending piece. I know that the piece called Kickstart is in your program. I often program or bring one more piece, and then as we play, we decided what's our best four out of these, and these were our best four for that. So we won't be playing Kickstart today, although we did work on it a little while, and they had a good learning experience working through that. So here is Popcorn Prelude. go ahead and gather your things up. I think you're going to give them instructions? Okay.
Okay, advanced level band, please stand. Front row, okay. Please leave all music on your stands. You may lay your music sideways. The only thing take with you is your folder or items. Make sure you grab your stuff from under you. Front row, we're gonna go this way out. So place your sleeve. Okay, you leave them on the stands. Front row advancing, you may take the stage. Second row, you're following. Yeah, I want you to leave. Perfect. Third row, you're gonna start. Okay, while they're trading bands real quick, I wrote down things I forgot to say. So, last year I mentioned was our first event. We had 80 students last year in total from both bands together. This year we have 18 schools and 200 and plus, sitting right around 240 students. Incredible. Also, it is being live streamed on the Mitchell Kernel YouTube page. If you just go to YouTube and search Mitchell Kernels with a K. And after the concert, it will be on there for a couple days for you to be able to share with all the grandmas and grandpas and everybody who wasn't able to attend. Once they get seated, I'll make sure we get our quick little photo op as well. I have a note for directors. Directors, don't forget to take your percussion equipment with you. Please take a few moments afterwards to make sure you have the correct percussion equipment. There's a lot of percussion things that you don't see. We actually had 2 full bands set up, so we had 2 spaces running throughout the day. And I'd like to thank all those directors for bringing xylophones and bells and drums and crash cymbals and all the things. It takes a lot of extra little pieces to make this puzzle all fit together, so thank you for that. If your student is leaving with you, please make sure that they have the clothes that they came here in. They changed before this performance, and it seems every year when we have an event, I always find a random shirt or clothing items. So also students, I would ask you to also please make sure that you have all of your clothing items as well before you leave the building for the day. Otherwise, I get to wear some really cool outfits next week. Let's see. And I believe that's all. Oh, look, we have a band. Excellent. So please sit tall in the front of your chairs. Lay your horns to the left, mouthpieces on the left, looking very professional, standing very nice and tall, ready to go. And please look out at the parents. And percussionists, can you kind of all shuffle to the left here so you can be seen? This is your photo op experience, parents. Say cheese. Smile, 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 smile. Take your pictures. Smile, 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 smile. Say cheese. Say cheese. Hurry up, take your picture. Cheese, 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 cheese. Don't forget to silence your phones. We're doing awesome. We're almost ready. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, put your phones away again. So again, I'm going to ask you to please read about our next guest director in your program, who unfortunately, I had to really condense his biography. This man is well known throughout the music world in our state. Esteemed director, I'm so incredibly thrilled that he came back a second year in a row. The kids, the directors, everybody has a great time learning from him. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Bob Carlson.
I think, is this on? Oh, yeah, there it is. Well, I'm happy to be here, and I have to say, these kids have been absolutely marvelous today. I mean, they have been so respectful, so well-trained, and just really, really nice kids. You know, the one thing I noticed when I came, I thought, some of these kids are taller than I am. Ladies and gentlemen, that Miracle Grow, you're not supposed to feed that to them, you know. That's for plants. So, but no, they've been absolutely great. And that first song was called Union March. And the next one is called Armada. And we've been having a lot of fun with these tunes. And our biggest challenge is to try to not rush. I told them, don't rush, and to count. Count and don't rush, and to watch me. All of 3 of which we didn't do on that first song. No, we did. They did just fine, just teaching. No, they've been just great. So we're going to go ahead with Armada. Can we have a special hand from Michael on the timpani? Yeah, he did a great job. Okay, our next tune is Thunder Drums. So it features the flute section. No, it doesn't. That was a joke. Sorry. Thunder Drums is exactly what it says. It's all about the drums. But we've had some fun with this too. I think the kids have had a little hard time with my sense of humor. I told them some jokes like, I talked about one of the composers who's no longer living, he's deceased. I said he's a composer, but now he's a decomposer. They just look at me like, and I said, that was a joke, guys. I have to explain that it's a joke. Then I told them another one. I said, if an astronaut has, or if an athlete has athlete's foot, what does an astronaut have? Mistletoe. They didn't think that was funny either. But anyway, and obviously none of you do either. So we're going to go ahead with Thunder Drums. I think I'll stay to band directing. I won't become a comedian. This last weekend, had the privilege of going to O'Gorman High School to go to a concert for all-state band. And that was just a wonderful program. One of the conductors was Robert Sheldon, who wrote this next piece called Presto. And he's just a marvelous composer, and just really enjoy his works. And I think the kids have enjoyed this one too. It's been it's one of these things that's got a lot of energy to it. Obviously the word presto means fast, and it does, it flies. So here we go with Presto. Our last selection was written by Larry Clark. It's called Aftershock. And it's just a fun piece. And again, it goes kind of fast too. Not quite as fast as the last one. Before we play that, I would just like to thank Kim. I never can say your last name, Kim. Björgen. I can't. How do you say it? Okay, good. All right. Thanks, Kim, for all of your hard work putting this together. I want to thank Jason Ratliff from Schmidt Music for all of the sponsorship of this whole program, the food today, the ride over here today. That was great, and for the T-shirts that they provided, obviously for the band today. I want to thank the school district here in Mitchell for hosting, and all of the directors for all the hard work that they do getting all these kids ready. And you got some great directors. I mean, these folks, they've been pitching and helping all day. They ran sectionals. They've been right in there, working all day long and making our job a lot easier. So it's just fun to be able to come and do something like this. And so I want to say thank you to all of you folks for having your children and entrusting them to us today. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank the whole organization, whoever was in charge for having me. I used to say the same thing to my mom. Thanks. But anyway, it's been a great experience. And like I said, these kids have been absolutely phenomenal. So let's give both the bands a big round of applause, if you don't mind. They've been great. They really have. And we're going to finish up with Aftershock. Thanks for coming today.
have one more round of applause for all of our students today. Okay, to kind of help with the traffic a little bit for the building, if you're from Mitchell, your kids will be in the black box. We're gonna have that. You can pick them up in the black box, just like you do at your normal 5th and 6th grade concerts. For non-Mitchell folk, I believe that your directors will want you to check the students out from them, and we'll have that take place in here. So students, you'll need to go at some point here in a second. We'll dismiss you, and you will go get your things. And if you're not from Mitchell, you'll bring your items back in here after your horn is in your case, unless your director has told you to do something else other than that, okay? Mitchell kids, you're going to go to the black box. You're going to take your things in there, and then you will dismiss from there. So let's let the students have a moment to make